welcome to Fridays with Frazier, Spring Break Edition. We are celebrating a couple of anniversaries on this segment. 2 years ago, we passed a bond issue on March the 5th, 2019. And if you look around our campuses and you look around all of our facilities, you'll see a huge difference. That difference was the bond issue that was passed just 2 short years ago. A lot of activity, a lot of different changes. Over spring break as well, there's going to be more activity and there's going to be more development. If you have not had an opportunity to go by and look at the buildings, I would encourage you to do so. The Innovation STEM Lab at the high school is starting to have brickwork put up, and the signage will be up very shortly on all the other buildings, probably within 2 weeks. The second anniversary that we want to talk about is not as happy. It's not as positive. Literally a year ago, on 3/13 of 2020, the worldwide pandemic hit. And because of that, we literally had the longest spring break in the history of mankind. 6 months later, we came back to school. We are proud of what we have been able to accomplish this year. And I don't want to ever not take the moment in time to thank parents for their flexibility, for their involvement, their abilities to be able to have patience with us as we have went through this school year. It is really hard to believe that we have went through this in a year's time and that we have been in school face to face all year long. Very proud. Also want to again thank all the teachers and the staff, everyone that was involved. It is literally taking a complete team, pulling on the rope together, and we have had great success. We will look back on this and be very proud of what we've been able to accomplish. I don't know, maybe one day we'll even be able to laugh about this. But right now, we're still in the middle. While things are better, we've got vaccinations that are happening. And in fact, we have vaccinated 220 of our teachers a couple of weeks ago at the gymnasium. And we have also opened up as a pod site for other districts, for other community members. And we're going to do that on every Friday. It's been scheduled for the next 3 Fridays, I believe. We've done this in conjunction with the Oklahoma State Health Department, as well as Rogers County Health Department. They loved our facility. We felt like that we wanted to be good stewards of the money that you have provided us in order to have a bond so that we could have a nice gym, so that we could serve our community and give back. And so we're really proud to have done that, and we'll continue to do that as long as necessary until the pandemic is either gone or in control. So we're very proud of that as well. So thank you for that. As I mentioned, obviously it's more than just a little light at the end of the tunnel. We feel like there is certainly hope in that this pandemic is almost behind us. We want to encourage you to continue to do the 3 W's, please. Please wash your hands, continue to wear your mask, and certainly you want to distance yourself even currently now as COVID numbers decrease. We have seen a very steady decrease within our school system, within our county, and within our city. We know that overall the state is also in a much better position, but we still have to be diligent and still have to practice those things. With that being said, and because the numbers were down, we were able to do something this past week that we haven't been able to do for a year, and that's recognize our incredible accomplishments of our students. We had an opportunity to go before the board Monday night on the 8th. We're able to show some of our best students and some of their incredible accomplishments that we are so proud of. And we have been able to divide those up into 2 groups. The numbers were so large that we had to divide it up into 2 groups. We'll be doing the same thing in the month of April. And honestly, as superintendent, it's probably one of the best things I get to do is to show the leadership, the teachers, the sponsors, the coaches, the parents that are involved, and the students that have accomplished great things. So that was a proud moment for us, and it was certainly memorable. We did so in the gym. We socially distanced. It was safe. It was different, but it was still certainly an incredible amount of fun, and it was a very proud moment for all. So we had a great time. Not only have we dealt with the pandemic all year long, apparently it wasn't sufficient enough. So we had 2 of the coldest weeks in history of Oklahoma, and we haven't seen that much ice and snow in, I don't know, probably 10 years, 9 or 10 years. But it also gave us a great opportunity to utilize distance learning, to take what we had done at the beginning of the year, the trainings that we have utilized, and we put those in effect over those 2-week period. So instead of students simply being non-engaged, having no type of learning, not any type of instruction from their teacher, we were able to utilize distance learning for that time period. And while I know some it's a little bit different and some wanted snow days and back to the old times where we could do snow days, I certainly understand that. But please understand what it allowed us to do. The Monday that we returned back, it improved the transition back to face-to-face instruction. And teachers within their notes and minutes of our collaborative teams indicated that students were picked up, hit the ground running. We were right where we were. We were able to make up some of the things we didn't get in distance learning, and we are pressing and moving forward. So instructionally, it has made a big difference. As we continue to improve, we continue to grow, and we continue to see what we need to do in the area of digital learning and virtual school. This was a great way for us to show what we have been practicing for on Fridays. Speaking of distance learning and virtual schools, I had the opportunity to meet with one of our virtual school teachers, Mrs. McQueen. She is the elementary teacher for the virtual school, CVS. We went to actually watch and see what a common day might look like for her, and we were going to video that. But really what it turned into was really an excellent interview. And so I want you to listen to that, and please note that as we continue to grow and improve, that CVS and virtual school is going to be an option that we are going to continue to offer our parents, but we're going to look to always do it better. And I think in the interview, you're going to hear some of that. Very impressed with the amount of parent engagement that was able to be accomplished by Ms. McQueen. So please enjoy the interview.
I had one student actually, I was like, I really need you just to come to the school and let's sit down and work together.
Right.
So, and that let me know a lot. She was actually a Claremont student, so I did not know her background.
Right.
She came to the school.
Because you have students from not just Catalina, but...
Catalina and Claremont are the
Most,
two schools
okay.
I have. We sat for just a minute and I realized math is definitely her weak subject. So
Right.
I sent her home with flashcards and anything I could find to help her because her multiplication skills were lacking and she was
Right.
having trouble with division, of course. So, called and talked with mom and dad, gave them websites they can use for practice, the same things that we would do with students in class.
Sure.
That I have to just offer that to the parents and let them take over.
Sure.
It's kind of hard to do that,
So we're what, in March now? Good gracious. So we've been doing this since August.
Mm-hmm.
So have you seen a lot of growth, a lot of difference? Is the program you feel like in students and parents? I mean, we've learned tips. You think we're growing as far as the CVS program? I mean, do we have an idea of what that needs to look like, should look like?
I think so. It's kind of like getting a new curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
You work with it the first year, you tweak it where you can, you find faults where it is, and we've done all of that. There are places things that need to be fixed.
Sure.
There are things that we've done to make it better. I mean, I've even emailed Acellus myself. It's like, this question is very confusing.
Right.
They fix it.
Oh, good.
So, I mean, we're helping them create a good program too.
Sure, absolutely.
But I think a new curriculum is exactly what it is.
Right.
So like you said, there was a need and we answered it.
We'll always have CBS. This
Right.
isn't going to go away. This isn't just a pandemic thing. I mean, I
Right.
think parents have seen, some parents like this type of delivery. They like the way it is and it fits into whatever their life looks like.
Absolutely.
So the question is for us, can we do it and do it better than everybody else? I think we're going to have to shift our minds to, it's not this isn't for us. This is who we are now.
Yes.
How do we get better at it too? Just the same way we do, everything.
Well, we have a lot of meetings,
Sure.
We attend our regular PLCs here.
Right.
We have a CVS PLC. And that's the best team I've worked with,
Right.
is the CVS team, because we're all doing this together. We are all facing the same challenges.
You're dependent on each other, aren't
We
you?
are, and we
It's good
feed
collaboration.
off of each other, so
Yep.
it works out really well.
That's
But I
good.
think working together will create a better program.
Yeah.
I've never had such strong bonds with families
Oh,
as I
wonderful.
do this year, because like I said, I'm in constant contact with them every week, all of them, multiple times usually. So that aspect is better,
Right.
because I was joking around with a dad today through email, because it's just, that's the way it is. So
Right. Like the advent of Google Meet now, I mean, there's really no reason why we can't be face to face with parents, and I think it makes a difference.
it does. I think it does. Yeah, my parent contact log, used to, I'd have like 10 or 12 each month. Now
Right.
my parent contact log is 6 pages long each month.
Oh my goodness!
So-
See, that's
so
awesome though.
It is.
But that's a key component
It-
to
absolutely.
success. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and I want all of the parents to know that anytime there's any struggle, please pick up the phone, call me, send me an email. I email them over the weekend, and
Sure.
just whatever they need. Good morning, Arias. How are you?
Good.
Good. I was looking at your progress, and you've met all of your goals this week. In fact, you have done so much math today, you have almost met next week's goal in math. So you could.
Oh my God!
I know. You should be proud of yourself. That's a lot of work. Hi, Ryder. How are you?
Good.
So we have a little project going. So, oh, there's your kitty. So
Be involved in everything.
yes, I know. I've seen a few cats today. It's kind of funny. So how's everything been going?
It's going good. He's getting it, but it took a little bit on the perpendicular lines, and parallel lines, and then what makes an acute triangle and things like that. So
Yes, that gets a little bit confusing.
I told him, the parallels are easy. They're, running the same direction. They will never intersect.
That's right. I think of the two L's that are next to each other in the word parallel, it actually has parallel lines in the word. So that's one way to remember.
So,
Okay, yeah, it just takes a lot of practice. And one other thing that I used to always use in my classroom too with the angles, right angles and then acute angles and obtuse angles. When kids are little, we always think they're so cute because they're so little. So a littler angle is the acute angle. Okay?
I think is the rays showing what direction. So sometimes they'll show one, this way, and then the next time they'll show it, the opposite way. But as long as it's going that way, then you can measure the angle. If it's a small angle going that way.
Yes.
And I think that one kind of hung him up because he was more thinking it was further left of center, and he was used to them all being faced to the right. So
Yes. Yeah, it kind of throws you off a little bit, but it just takes a lot of practice, okay? We don't expect you to be a genius the first time you do a skill. It just takes practice, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and I was looking at your progress toward your goals this week, and you've met all of your goals already. So, fantastic. But I need you to do your iStation test today.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them.
Okay, that's no big deal. So, that'd be awesome. Then you do that, then if Dad doesn't care, you got a free weekend.
look at that.
Hey.
Find something to do.
I'll bet he can. So, okay, do you have any other questions or anything you need to talk to me about?
I was going to ask, do you have any home science experiments or anything like that we could do pertaining to what?
You know, I will talk with Mrs. Williams. She's our science guru here for 4th grade, and she uses some fantastic websites for things like that. So I will talk with her and get some advice from her, and then I will send you an email with that information.
Okay.
Okay? But I think that is a great idea.
So with all that being said, I say this. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Have a great spring break. Enjoy your families. Be safe. Practice the 3 W's. And we expect you back on 3/22/21. We're going to come back from spring break on that Monday. As always, it's a great day to be a zebra.